This is the story of Catherine Keenan and her vision to start a place where kids' imaginations could run wild. A place where we could write and tell stories.
There are dreamers and there are doers. Only very rarely do you find a dreamer that is a doer as well. And that is Kath Keenan.
So, in 2012, in the heart of Redfern in inner Sydney, the Sydney Story Factory was born.
I think one of the things that Kath recognised is that in any community, but especially a community like Redfern, teachers and parents can only do so much. There is a role for the community as well to help support children in their education and to make education fun as well.
Sydney Story Factory is a place where kids from all walks of life can find their voice and tell their stories.
When they're in here, they can write about the things that they are interested in. They're not being assessed, and they're just given that space and that freedom to write about what will really get them excited.
Normally when a kid cries out for help, Miss Alice, the first aid lady, room lady, part-time superhero, would come to their rescue.
Young people feel so included, their work is completely validated as well, and they leave the workshops feeling really pumped, encouraged and inspired.
I don't believe in the Loch Ness Monster, and I don't even think he can swim well. Gordon was not very happy about this, so he explained why it was so important to him.
Something that particularly impressed me about Kath Keenan, she had a fabulous career going at the Sydney Morning Herald. She was the literary editor, doctorate from Oxford University, universally well regarded, and she just walked away from the whole thing, embarking on a dream that she had, and she made it happen before our very eyes.
All our classes are run with volunteers, and the volunteers are like a little safety net for the kids so that they can risk these things that they might not otherwise. And you can see when it works, and there's this smile that just lights up the face of the volunteer and it lights up the face of the kid, and there is this connection because they've become writers together.
I think as much pride as Kath invests in her volunteers and staff and the kids that come through the doors of the Sydney factory, I think she might be surprised at how much pride we have in just simply being in her orbit.
In the assembly hall, I addressed my army. Cats of all factions. I found a world full of cat food and we shall invade it.
Let 1,000 flowers bloom. It's a wonderful idea. It's something that can be duplicated, not just in capital cities, but in communities across our brown and pleasant land.
From all the kids of Redfern and beyond, thank you, Kath, our local storytelling superhero.